Hello, this is Dustin with Home Mender, and today we're doing tile. I can't believe I've never showed you guys any tile before. Wood grain tile, it's all the rage right now. I'm going to show you how. Let's get to it. Like any good flooring job, first you want to address your door jambs. We need to get these cut off so the tile can slip underneath. We're going to take a tile, flip it over to the ugly side, and you can use that as a guide. I have my flush cut jam saw right here. Super amazing tool. It's going to cut the work in half. Cut the bottom off the door jamb and of the casing. You can even flip the blade around for those hard to reach places. All right, so we're gonna start laying this woodish looking tile, and I want every 3 joints to be staggered. I don't want to lay one in there and then a half, and then I don't want a brick pattern with this. I want it to look like a floor. Now this width is exactly 10 feet, but if you come over here, the full tile blended up to the door jamb, just like that, is gonna leave me a little wood. It's gonna look like a transition. Now I wouldn't want to put in a tiny piece of tile here. I would usually start this with a full tile because it's the first part of the room that you see when you enter, and then you put your cut side on the back wall. But I don't want to rip that whole wall and put this much over the whole wall, so we're going to start with a full tile and run it out from the corner. I also don't want to tile myself into a corner, so we'll work our way out the door. So I'm going to start in this corner. I've got my 1/4 inch floor trowel and my glue, and I'm just going to lay it down in the section, and then we'll spread it. Now the idea is the trowel is to hold it at a 45-degree angle and scrape off everything except what is left in the tracks. Oh my God. I don't have my rubber mallet. That's what's in my bucket. Damn it. My rubber mallet. Can't believe that. I want to make sure every section is filled. If you have tile in there that you don't have glue under it, it's not adhered well, it will crack if you step on it or drop something on it. I'm going to start with my full tile in the corner. And I got baseboards going on here, so I don't have to go that far under the wall. The baseboard is going to sit and finish the floor. Spacer. Now, if we're going to stagger the joints, I'm going to start with a 16-inch tile. Spacer. And if you have glue that runs up through your joints, I like to use a spacer and just scrape out the center of the glue. That way you don't have to chip it away later after it dries. Now my next run, I'll start with a smaller one. Next will be the full tile, and we've staggered our joints. And you need to put these down with a rubber mallet and just make sure they're adhered, of course, after you get your spacers in. You don't want to have to slide tile around after you've pounded it. But I'm just gonna fist pound it because I don't have my rubber mallet and I got my camera set up and my tile and knee pads. I'm just gonna roll with it, but get your rubber mallet. All right, now we can just run the floor out. That's good. Cut it like so, or you can cut it in slivers to make your cut. Now just a 1/4 inch at a time. All right, after 24 to 72 hours per the directions, I'm gonna come through and pull all the little glue spots. Anything that's high and will not grout over, you're just gonna wanna dig out. Use your 6-way and we'll get that out of there. All right, so I'm gonna work in a small section, maybe like 8 square feet, and use my paddle float, and I'm just gonna smooge it across the joints, just back and forth, and work it like so. Just kind of get it and mush it all in the grout seams here. You can pull it back and forth over the cracks to fill it in. Now you're gonna take a clean yellow sponge and just wipe off the excess, flip it over, do another pass, and then use your clean bucket to rinse it out. Wring out your sponge, do it again. And you see right here I have like a high glue spot. Go ahead and chip that off of there. And grout over it while you're there. So that's it. We just rocked that tile. It's a big process, it's a lot of work, but once it's down, it's down. This is gonna need one more final wipe, clean it up, and it's good to go. So for Home Mender, I'm Dustin. I hope you learned something today, and if you did, don't forget to click subscribe. Thanks for watching.